She is also known with the name the Silent Tsunami. A tsunami makes a huge impact when it hits. In the case of NSE IPE, she silently hit the Nollywood industry, where she is established as one of the biggest and best things to happen in acting.
Nollywood has come a long way, and over many years we have seen great names and movies emerge from this industry. And I know you want to know more about the movie icons that has been significant to the growth of the industry. Yes, there are many, and one of such icons is our focus for today. She's a powerful and a phenomenal actress. Her name is NSE IPE. This wonderful actress has given us so many reasons to talk about her. So today we will be talking about her life, achievement, career, also why she's called the Silent Tsunami. Welcome to the Actor's Take, and I am your able host. My name is Oyari. On Actor's Take, we get you closer and you get to know more about the Nigerian movie icons that has graced our screen for so many years, how far they've come, how the journey was for them, the adventures, the experience, and how they are changing our world. All that to come on this episode as we discuss our focus for today, none other than NSE IPE. Sit back and relax, and I'll be right back.
NSE IPE did not set out to be an actor. She didn't even study acting during her days as a theatre arts student in the University of Calabar. Theatre administration was her major. It's also of curious interest to consider that NSE IPE had left acting in the early days to pursue other careers before she returned to it decades later. One begins to wonder what level of impact she would have made if she had been an acting major and if she had not left. And yet, there is more to the Silent Tsunami that will blow your mind.
The journey into being an A-list actor is not easy. Trust me when I say that. Yes, it is not. Every actor has his own story to tell, and it's a journey filled with extraordinary adventure, experiences like no other. So today I have with me 3 talented actors. Wow, they've earned their own in the industry. And then they will be talking about the journey so far, how the experiences have been, and then still maintaining the focus for today, that is NSE IPE. So, I'm introducing my guest. In fact, they are too fine, so I need to smile before I introduce them. Okay, first, gorgeous, talented, Tina Obiora. And then, the gentleman himself, Samuel, prefer to be called Sam, Oladele. And then, the melanin goddess, Linda Osifo. Welcome to the Actor's Take.
Thank you.
Oh God, she smiles. Oh my God. Okay, you guys are here. You have earned your own in the industry, and I know that everything that you have done so far has counted till today, like for experiences. Am I right? But we'll be right back because I have questions for you, each one of you, and this is going to be very interesting, trust me. Today on Actor's Take, we are talking about international standard of acting, how it applies to us in Hollywood. But we'll be right back. Stay tuned to the Actor's Take.
That international standard, who's defining it? In my mind, I believe all things are international.
So many challenges though, but I feel that with the right resources, time and all, actors will be able to pay attention to whatever they need to do and become, bring out the best.
Welcome back, guys. Now, Sam.
Yes, boss.
When we say international standard of acting, what comes to mind? What's your take on it?
Well, for me, I think it's acting the way it should be and with the right resources, helping the actor to bring out the best in him or her. Like I said to so many people, yeah, it is called actors, but you are not necessarily supposed to act. You are supposed to be. You are supposed to take on the role. You are supposed to become that person. And this is where commitment comes in. You need to take yourself to that zone, to that environment, understand the script itself, and understand the person in the script and the connection of that person in that script with every other stuff that he has to play with, then it makes it easy for you to actually be it. Yeah, so many challenges though, but I feel that with the right resources, time, and all, actors will be able to pay attention to whatever they need to do and become, bring out the best.
Linda, you have been outside the shores of the country and you have taken up a role. When you were taking up the role, while you were playing it, was there any pressure on you to meet up any standard at all?
Well, let's start with the word international standard.
Good.
To me, I think that's such a very broad word. It depends on who's defining such word and who are the people that are defining international standards. Who are they? And when you're talking of international standards, when Sam was saying you have to become such character, now, I agree, and I also disagree with that.
Okay.
Because for you to become a character, you have to have, he did mention it, you have to have resources. And when we look at the Nollywood industry, a lot of things play into this. Budgets. If there's not enough budgets for certain equipments to give you that international standard, becoming that method actor would be quite difficult. So it takes a lot of extra resources that are not just physically seen on TV. It's behind, such as the budget, like I said. So of course I've been fortunate to have both sides, right, of acting within Nigeria and outside. And like I keep saying, that international standard, who's defining it? Because in my mind, I believe all things are international. Depending on which market you are, yes, depending on the market that you're looking at. So when it comes to certain films in Nollywood, it's international standards because we had a certain target of people. But if you're looking at a certain market of people, you would say, okay, this is the standard, right? While outside, they would say, yes, that is the international standard according to Nollywood.
Tina, what has been the role that you've taken up that has really pushed you?
I don't think I've taken any role that has pushed me.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that role.
For that role?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I am.
Yeah, the regular.
It's just the regular. There's nothing about our Nigerian directors.
Yeah.
Acting is you faking it. You pretending to be something you're not. Now, sometimes when you're given a role, you even find her coming out of that role after the set. You still see yourself acting that same role and you're finding her to come out from that role. But there's a problem we have sometimes, and that's where budgeting comes in. If you really want to go into that Hollywood standard that we're looking at, you go on set and they don't even give you the full script. They just give you the parts you're going to act and say, just read it. This is what
just read it. Just read it and go. They won't even give you enough time. They will just tell you, just read it and let's just shoot it.
You come in and you have to,
just
bring yourself into that character. Like, don't worry, it's Nigerians. They're not interested. Fine, okay, let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
But I want something very challenging, something there's this movie I was in. I love the director because it was supposed to be this martial arts and everything.
Okay.
It took us, we went into training for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
Learned martial arts. This is what I'm looking for.
Oh.
The guy is different. Like, I'm not your regular director.
You just want to explore.
Yes.
Yeah, see, do what he's seen on TV.
I don't want you to edit it, and I want you to do
it live.
Yes, then I
think I want to work with such directors.
That's the kind of thing I want to work. I've not really gotten that.
Yeah.
I've not been pushed, really.
Well, anyways, they've really mentioned key words, and guys at home, we will be right back.
After more than a decade of taking a break from acting just after university, NSE IPE returns to establish her influence as a force to reckon with in acting. Her very first work after the break was the Isung-produced movie, Reloaded. The 5th edition of the African Movie Academy Awards recognized her performance in that movie with a nomination for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Every year after that, NSE IPE's performance in movies got recognition. 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, nominations and awards rolled in, and the industry paid attention. It was only natural for the Nollywood followers to become endeared to the evidently brilliant actress who had silently taken the industry by storm. What could be the secret to NSE IPE's magic?
Welcome back, guys. Now, NSE IPE, as we know her to be a wonderful actress, she has said in one of our interviews, quoted, that Konstantin Stanislavski's system of physical action has been one of the method, the key actually, to her acting career. And now, I would say most directors in our Nollywood would tell you that these theories propounded by these great, legends are not legends like Konstantin Stanislavski, Bertolt Brecht, Lee Strasberg, and all of that. They don't apply to us in Nollywood. What can you say about NSE's approach to acting? I believe you've seen one or two of her movies, and what do you say of her acting, and what do you see about your approach?
NSE is a talented individual.
No doubt.
And every time I have seen her take on roles, I've noticed that there are never similarities. You can actually say, yes, this is totally different from the last film I've seen her in. Because most times you watch some films, you can see an individual rather than the character.
The character, yes.
And when it comes to NSE, you never see an individual, you see a character. So when it comes to such method, yes, it could be working for her, right?
Is it working for you?
Well, everyone has their method. You must understand how you work. You must understand what's your strength. You must understand what's your weakness. And when you can break down a character role and you can analyze a story and a script, then, you take on what works for you. For me, I believe it's working.
Someone, what do you think?
Well, first off, I would just like to clarify something. You need to know that there are directors and there are those who think they are directors, right?
Okay.
So the fact that they said that theory doesn't apply to us in Nollywood goes to say a lot of things. These are rudiments. Yes. These are basic stuff that help you as an actor or as a director if you have this understanding. Konstantin's style, is one director that is known all over and who has done great work, and some of his methods are still being used till today, and it has helped so many actors.
So many actors.
Yes. I'm not saying that is just the only method that we have,
yes.
but you can't discredit it. Everything applies to us. It depends on you as a director, what you know, and it depends on you as an actor, which you choose to follow and what works for you most.
Tina, you want to?
I think we are all aligning to
the same method.
I've seen NSE IPE's movies, and they are nice. Like when on the set of Mr. and Mrs.
Oh, yes.
I loved her character. Like, in fact, sometimes you even get angry. You even get angry about the character. Like, why should she behave like this?
Why she be
stand up for herself?
And you see something else in full swap too.
And yes, you see something else in full swap. But the other one I saw that she played a bad girl character with.
Is that the Visit or something?
I've forgotten the name.
Visit,
you need
yes.
to see her with the tattoos and the smoking and
the gestures, the bad girl.
Like, wow. Yeah, that's what an actor is. And I think that method is really working for her because, like they all say, I'm agreeing with them on different movies. You see a different person. And yes, if I say she's my mentor, I don't think
you're wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong because she's
so
someone
right.
I should be proud of.
Yes.
Someone I should look up to because she's bringing it all out on set. Yes, and I think I want to follow her footsteps. I want to come on set and be
and be that. And we can all agree that she's a wonderful, wonderful actress. So, guys, we will be right back.
Where nudity becomes wrong is when you want to use the nudity to
sell the story.
To sell the story.
The fact that we are trying to benchmark ourselves with Hollywood does not mean that our story is the same.
How do you get a role without an audition? I find that mind-provoking.
An examination of the films NSE IPE has been in reveals that she is careful about the projects she takes on. Her filmography shows movies that are made at the highest levels in Nollywood. A large number of these films have been recognized with awards and nominations. This is a pointer to the fact that incest culture and taste are highly placed.
And we are back. This is the actor stage. Yes, I have my guest, wonderful actors. I want to talk about nudity. In Hollywood, nudity is part of the profession. One of the most important things that nudity does to a movie is that it makes your scene believable. You know, but here it's controversial. It's unprofessional. Sam, Tina, I want you to say something about nudity. How can we bring this to? It's not necessary. We can bring this. We cannot be. Nollywood has grown over the years, even without nudity. But you get to some point, you have to introduce it.
Sorry. The fact that you're going nude does not mean that you're professional.
Okay.
That doesn't have to do with professionalism.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's why I have Linda here. No, she went to private. It's just about some of the things that can come up in your career as an actor that you might have to do this. It's just normal. We all get nude. We don't sleep like this. We're not born this way. We're all born nude. But however, when we are talking about this nudity thingy, I mean, the industry and the culture of the people also play a very important role. While we are saying, let's go nude, the fact that we are trying to benchmark ourselves with Hollywood does not mean that our story is the same. We can't do Hollywood story and sell as much as Hollywood will do their story. And Hollywood cannot do our story and sell as much. Do you understand? So I feel being nude is just something you have to come into terms with yourself as an actor. Forget, we live in a very secretive society. When you go nude, they will watch it. You understand? Yes. Okay. Well,
they will come out to
the video censor board might say that you should cancel it. It's basically because of the cultural perception. I mean, it's not something we are open to. It's something we do. We all get nude, but we don't want to agree we do it. You understand? So it's a cultural thingy. So for the fact that nudity is not so much allowed, or people are not doing it, it's because we are not gotten to that level of, should I call it, maybe our exposure has not affected us, has not gotten to that point. When it gets to that point, people will start going nude. Few years back, nobody would do a music video, and you see girls with almost, I don't just want to say it, so I don't know what to say. But now they are doing it, and people are watching it. So I think over time it's going to get to that point. And trust me, even for an actor to go nude, you have to sign that consent form right up over there. And I think there's some compensation that you even get for going nude. I've been part of projects behind the scenes that we need people to go nude, and we know that actors might not want to go nude. They use body double, and it's not even in all Hollywood films that you watch that the nude whatever you're watching belongs to the actor. Yeah. It could be a body double, yes. But we need to make it believable, like you said. If this thing has to do with you getting nude, for you to actually make it believable, yes, you might want to get it to that level, but it's not. It's just a cultural thing.
The truth is, Hollywood has been there for a very, very long time, and Nollywood has a very long way to go. Now, I sit and I watch Bollywood movie, and they tell you a story. In the story, like when I'm reading a novel, you imagine things. Now, in the story, I'm even imagining them being naked while I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Now, there's some storyline they give to you. Even while you go naked on that movie, people won't even focus on the nudity. They're just focusing on the story because the story is very interesting. Now, where nudity becomes wrong is when you want to use the nudity the nakedness to sell the story. That's very strong. You understand? So, from Hollywood, we are getting there. You understand? And I wouldn't use nudity to measure
professionalism.
Yes,
something.
And a movie I've seen. I remember then in Ghana movie Gollywood was really coming into Nollywood, and what they came in with was this their nudeness and like Ghanaians
we had there's a Nollywood stuff that had nudity in it now, 50 or something. There was a scene that they had it raw.
I'm talking of back then, the likes of Majid Mitchell, they brought
when
this
the
nude,
Gollywood was flooding the market,
and they came with
all sorts of
nudity. Before they have been enjoying movie, we've been enjoying the likes of Rattlesnakes and the rest of them. Movies were interesting.
Movies were good.
I don't think nakedness in movie will really, except if the script, for me to take a role that I have to go naked, I need to read the script full time and understand that
if you
can
really,
so you're not a sex object.
As an actor, I should be able to play any role I find myself in. But I need to understand that the script is not using my nakedness
to sell
it. I need to understand that I should naturally be naked in this movie. So you see that you're not focusing on my body. In fact, I might even be naked in the movie and you're even pitying me. You're even falling in love with me, my nakedness. And you don't see me as a sex object. You don't get angry with me for why must she go naked? You see it as a necessity that she was supposed to go naked.
But trust me, however, when you get naked, some guys will like it.
We are back. Linda, I saw you somewhere.
Okay,
to be precise now, on Instagram.
Okay.
That it was more like a poster, and like it said how to get a role without an audition.
Okay.
I find that mind-provoking, even thought-provoking. How do you get a role without an audition?
Well, such statements, you get to a certain stage in your career where you do not always have to audition because there are many proofs to define your talents.
Work,
But of course, the work that we still do, you still go for reading. You would be called in specifically because they have a vision of you as this character. And just that reading will now give that confirmation, okay, we're on point. I haven't seen when you just, I don't know.
Sorry, it happens. There's what they call, I think there's called table audition, and there's the general one where you have actors. There are roles you write while you're reading it. You know that this lady will be able to play this role. All you have to do is just to call them for reading. So it happens. I mean, there are people who don't go for the general audition, but there's a way they will
I think I
get
want to
audition.
also
say something about that. Okay, quick one.
Like not going on for auditions. Although we can say readings can be audition, but we have social media right now. Back then it was hard for celebrities to make it because there was no social media. But right now you can actually sell yourself right now, even without being on anything major. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have YouTube, Twitter, we have sponsored pages. And one of these big can see you are like, wow, she's good. Let's call her. You were not, I was on site for Teen Cell, a particular role I played on Teen Cell. I was not there for the audition. You understand? But I got to be one of those that they came for reading. You get me? So I bypassed all those. I didn't have anybody inside. You understand? But probably they saw one or two things I've done online, and like, okay,
let's bring her for reading.
Let's bring her for reading. Now, if she's good for this character, she plays it. But if she's not good, let's check something else. I also have a situation where a scriptwriter. Now, when you've been on set for quite some time, and they get to know you, you see a scriptwriter writing a story. Like I just got a call from one of my directors and said, "Tina, I'm writing a story, and that story is you. I'm seeing you in that story."
Okay, yes,
so you can bypass
that's the part of it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's been a great time in the studio today talking about one of Nollywood's great. Also, it is a privilege that I have my colleagues in the studio to celebrate the industry that has given us so much to be thankful for. So, till I come your way next week, remember, my name is Oyeri. Well, you will continue to see me here. Safe.